Welcome to the Reseller Rising Podcast by PVP from NJ. Working full-time and reselling part-time. He talks about his entrepreneurial wins, fails, motivations, and inspirations. Here's PVP.
Hello, my fellow peoples, my fellow resellers, my fellow entrepreneurs. It's me, it's PVP from NJ, New Jersey, that is. Coming to you with another podcast episode. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about my numbers for the months of October, November, and December, which I didn't get an opportunity to report on, but I will do so in this episode. What I'm going to be covering are my costs for those months. I'm talking about just my general living costs for those months of October, November, and December. And I'm going to talk about the monies that I've made net. Now, this is money in my pocket. This is not gross. These are net figures. In giving you those two numbers, what my goal is, long term, is I want to make more money, like I said, online than what my living expenses are. For these 3 months, I have said before that I started working again. There was a lot of spending going on in terms of buying items that I didn't think I needed or wanted, but I ended up buying anyway. The great thing about these items that I've purchased that I didn't think I needed before, I'm actually using. So just going back to the whole thing of minimalism, which I think was a great conversation when I didn't have a lot of money, but now that there is some money, thankfully I can go ahead and buy these little things, these little toys that I am using, though. It's not even a thing where I'm buying these things and they're just sitting there catching dust. So during these months, money was coming in mostly from the job, and thankfully extra cash that came from online sales. Now, before we get started, I did want to go ahead and ask for your help, or if you're interested, of course. I'm going to be restarting the Kindle business, as I've said before on my 2016 goals in the last couple of episodes. And I'm actually looking for people to review my books. What I want to do is build a list of folks who are interested in reviewing my books and email them when my books go on free promotion on Amazon, in the hopes of folks will download the books, read them, and give me an honest review. If you think the book is awesome, give me the stars and give me the review that says so. If you think the book is terrible, then please do so as well. Give me the feedback, because I'm going to use that feedback to improve the books. That's one fantastic thing about Kindle publishing, is once you put out the book, you can go ahead, pull it off the shelf, make changes to it, and then put it back on the shelf. Or even totally rework it, retool it, and put it back on the shelf. So I want to go ahead and start that process. So if you're interested in doing so, I'm going to ask you to please go onto the blog, pvpfromnj.com. And the very first page, on the right-hand column, you'll see the field and the box where you can fill out your details there and be a part of the email list. Like I said, I will email you when my books go on free promotion, and as I put out new books, of course, they will be on free promotion as well. And like I've said, I'm just looking for folks to download them, read them, and please leave a review or leave your feedback. Now, getting into the income reports for the past 3 months, for the fourth quarter. I don't go ahead and do a weekly kind of items that sold kind of bit. And the reason being is, with me, I'm not some big time seller, folks. I've said that many times before, and you're going to see that reflected in my numbers. Q4 is normally a period of time when everything is up. And Q4 was great. Q4 was fantastic for me. And I'm going to go ahead and give you those numbers in a moment. But I'm not a big time seller yet. I'm still, of course, a work in progress. And that's the appeal to me, and I'm hoping to you, of this podcast. I'm somebody who works full-time and is doing this part-time. And these are figures that me, a regular average Joe, who is not the smartest guy, who doesn't know all the tips and tricks and tools of the trade, is just going ahead and trying to build something. And these figures, I hope, represent that to you, the listener, the reader on the blog, the one who is absorbing this information. And once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for reading. Why I say watching, because these podcasts, they do go onto YouTube, and in the hopes of reaching more eyeballs, more ears. So this is the reason why I don't put out weekly items that have sold, is because it's more drips and drabs with me. It's not like it was crazy and I'm selling 1 million things in a week. No, it's more drips and drabs, and at the end of the month we just kind of make the collection of everything that's sold. We collect the figures and we put that out like I'm going to do now. But if you're interested in hearing about items that have sold, I can go ahead and give you a little rundown, a little list of items that have sold on FBA, have sold on eBay, even Kindle book sales. If you're interested in that, then let me know. But at the end of the month, I always will give you the figures in terms of what's sold. So let's go ahead and get into that. Recently, I met up with a member of the Green Room in person, and it was one of the first times that I've met up with someone from the Green Room. The Green Room is a group of resellers. It's a paid group on Facebook, and it's run by the Bonafide Hustler, Steve Rakin, Yang Jae Chong, and the College Picker. And I've said it many times before, and I will continue to preach this. Meet up with people in person, especially if they're better than you in reselling or in whatever field you're working in, whether it be Kindle publishing or reselling. It's amazing. I met up with a member of the Green Room. His name is Josh, and I went sourcing with him. And just watching him source the things that he sourced, watching him pick the things that he picked, instantly kind of clicked for me, and I know moving forward is going to make me a better FBA seller. What I've also noticed is, in the beginning, when I signed up for FBA, you think that there aren't many items to resell for FBA, for Amazon, is because they're a little strict on some things. It's not like eBay where it's kind of like a garage sale where you can just kind of sell everything. And this is the reason why I love eBay, and I really don't see myself ever going away from eBay. In doing Amazon and doing FBA for over a year now, I'm just really noticing, and especially with this meetup with the Green Room member, with Josh, that there is so much that you can actually source for eBay. Whether it be clothing, like I've mentioned before, books, CDs, DVDs, electronics, which I shy away from because of the return rate, food, groceries. There's a lot of items that you can make new listings for. When you sit down and even think about it, the vast items that you can source, let's say under the umbrella of books, or under the umbrella of toys, under the umbrella of electronics. Let's say you niche down into remotes. Let's say you niche down into adapters. There is just so much that you can go ahead and source when it comes to items on Amazon. As long as you test them and you package them well, if they need instructions or if they need their original box, that always helps. You can source those items on eBay, or you can print out a manual on the company's website. There is a lot that you can go ahead and source for FBA. And if you need to get ungated, where I'm hearing that it's becoming easier to do so, or there are services or other people on Facebook that will do that. My partner in crime, Jameson Philippi from the Green Room, I know that he has an ungating service. You can definitely speak with him, or if you do your research on YouTube, online, it may not be very tough to get ungated in other areas such as groceries, clothing, and such. I would say go ahead and do so, especially if you're going to be giving Amazon a lot more of a focus. Popular areas where you can go ahead and source for Amazon FBA are clearance items in big department stores. Retail arbitrage can be tricky because of the profit margin in terms of your return on your investment and the money you put down, but thrift stores are always great. it really is wide open when it comes to sourcing for FBA and niches within a particular area. Like I said, with electronics and remotes and adapters as an example. For anyone who's new to reselling on Amazon, just know that it is a lot more open than you think. Within constraints, of course, but it is actually a lot more places and items to go sourcing. Do become involved in groups. You don't have to necessarily become involved with the green room, but do become involved with Facebook groups or meetups and meet people in person. Like I've said, and you will hear me continue to preach on that because it is so powerful to do so. Like I said, if above anything else you take any advice that I've ever given, if my advice is worth anything, folks, is to meet people in person. Go sourcing with them, especially if they're better than you. And even if they're not better than you, go sourcing with them, learn from each other, make mistakes, and kind of go back and forth. Improve each other, improve yourselves, and elevate yourselves. Now on to my fourth quarter numbers.
If you like what you hear, you can support PvP by doing any of your shopping through his eBay or Amazon banners on his blog at www.pvpfromnj.com or click the links in the show notes of this podcast. Do all your shopping through these links at no extra cost to you. Your support is deeply appreciated.
Now these here are the monies that I've made during the fourth quarter. It doesn't include September because I already did a September income report, but it does include October, November, and December. In October, the total monies made online were $1,433.41. I made $246.51 on Amazon FBA. I made $1,162.98 on eBay, and on Kindle, ACX, and CreateSpace, I made $23.92. This is for the month of October. The money I spent in October was $4,066.18. Once again, the monies I made in October were $1,433.41, and the money I spent was $4,066.18 in the month of October. In the month of November, the total money I made online was $1,059.56, and the total money that I spent just for the month of November was $4,921.01. Now, breaking it down, I made $61.21 on Kindle, ACX, CreateSpace. I made $119.02 on Amazon FBA, and on eBay I made $879.33. Now finally, for the month of December, I made $1,442.62 online. Money I spent in December was $3,805.70. I made $256.90 on Amazon FBA. I made $1,164.37 on eBay, and I made $21.35 on Kindle, ACX, CreateSpace, and these are the monies made in December. Now this is all net. This is not gross. This is take-home pay. This is money in my pocket. And these are the monies that I made on the fourth quarter, excluding September. I will go ahead and make a graphic to the monies made and money spent. I will put that graphic on my blog, and you can follow the link to that in the show notes for this episode, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and click on the link in the description below. And we will talk again sooner than later. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Visit pvpfromnj.com for more. Keep making that popcorn pop.